So I've touched on the differences between regular sale and selling in probate. And today I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into that. And what I'm referring to specifically is the fiduciary duty the personal representative has. Hi, I'm Deric Rangell, certified probate specialist. Been selling probates for over 30 years in Southern California. And in this segment, we're going to tackle what it means to be a fiduciary. So the legal definition of a fiduciary is an individual in whom another has placed the utmost trust and confidence to manage and protect property or money. That sounds pretty basic. In the typical selling situation where you're a regular seller, the agent is your fiduciary and you are the beneficiary, so to speak. If you make a mistake in your hire there, you own it. If your agent makes a mistake, probably he's going to get sued. Now, the difference in a probate situation is the agent has a fiduciary duty, but so do you. And quite frankly, yours is more important because the courts, by your appointment, have essentially made you an officer of the court, the same as the attorney. And in doing so, if you do things that cause harm, particularly financial harm to members of the estate who have a beneficial interest or a financial stake in it, the failure to adhere to those duties and responsibilities can result in the filing of a lawsuit against the personal representative of the estate for breach of fiduciary duty. So the big distinction here is you're acting as the seller in a capacity as the personal representative or the executor, successor, trustee, whatever. All those things basically refer to being a personal representative on behalf of an entity, the trust or the estate. But in doing so, you have liability if you make mistakes that cause people money. And so I see this happen frequently where people get very cavalier about their decision making. They just want to move this done and get it expedited without regard for the potential harm to others. Just like, for example, I'm a big brother, I got little brothers and sisters. Well, okay, you're 50 years old now and they might be in their mid 30s, but you're still acting with that same familiar dynamic. And when you're doing that, the big deal is the taking for granted that, sorry, you're not acting as the big brother in the capacity. If you make a decision that may harm the financial interest of other siblings or other family members who have things coming to them, they have every right to pursue action against you. Now, that's different than if I'm selling a home and I make a mistake. Well, sure, I'm going to be called by a lawyer about what mistake I made if it causes significant damage or harm to my client. In this instance, you're the one making that decision. And if you're instructing me, what I would typically do is I would say you might want to run that one by your attorney, because my job in this capacity is not to give legal advice. There's an attorney for that in most cases. But the important thing is you can expect that from me. And basically, that's a polite way of trying to save you from yourself. So it's really important that you have a process of decision making that is first with a servitude or servant's attitude, because that's exactly your job. So when you're pondering decisions, sure, we all want these things to go through and get completed quickly because they take a long time. But as you're coming across making decisions that have significant financial impact on others, you might want to just give a little pause and make sure that what you're doing doesn't lead to any potential harm. And run it by me as your broker. And if I'm not sure, I'm definitely going to refer you to your attorney, and we'll sit there and have that conversation and discuss where we might have risk and how we can best avert that risk. That's how you do this job well. So I hope this helps clarify the roles and the dynamic of decision making when you're doing a probate. And like always, if you like what you're hearing, please like or follow, click on the link, and you have questions for us, direct them right at us. We're here to help. Thanks a lot.